Okay, hello everyone. Very good morning to all of you guys. Welcome. On this channel, we are going to today discuss about binomial theorem. So, to describe this whole lecture session in one statement, so 3 in 1 means you will get the most important questions. Guys, you will get the most expected questions, most important from the previous year, last 25 years, repeated pattern, new pattern questions, what comes in 2024 till 2000. Okay. Apart from this, I am also going to describe a conceptual part of it. So it's kind of one shot. So you do not need to go for 3 different videos if you are over here. So welcome all of you. This is me, Aditya Arya, your master teacher for mathematics, JEE Advanced, and we'll be having discussion on binomial theorem. So guys, I want you to have pen paper along with you. In this description box, I have added a link. Just a second. Yeah, in description box, I have added a link of test. So in binomial theorem, I have added 20 tests because the varieties are more than in other chapters. But just a second. Okay, it's good to go now. I hope I'm audible. I've added a link. Yes, perfectly. Okay, so I have added the link in the description box. You can go through the test, you can analyze your performance. Okay, chaliye, let's start without any delay. Question number 1 is not from any previous year, but it's really a very good question, so I have added it. One of the favorite variety of examiner is about the finding out the coefficient of the term. Okay, now the term can be independent of x, or they can give you a spatial term to find out the coefficient of like this one. Alright, coefficient of x power 6, something like this. Alright, so in this question, coefficient of a power 8, b power 4, c power 9, d power 9 in a, b, c, a, b, d plus a, c, d plus b, c, d whole power 10. Now this lies in multinomial. So before I solve this question, I will quickly describe what is multinomial. You are in last couple of years, you can see the questions of multinomial. Now here we are having 4 terms. I will explain you how exactly it works. Let's say this is x plus y plus z plus w whole power 10. Okay, I'll give you standard formula also. Now what is the meaning of this whole power 10? That this same thing is multiplied 10 times, right? Same thing is multiplied 10 times. Now when you multiply, actually what you are doing, you are taking a term from one factor, multiplying the term in other factor. Okay, for example, if you are multiplying x plus y into x plus y, what you are doing? You are taking a term from a factor and multiplying a term in other factor. So when you multiply x into x, it becomes x square. When you multiply x into y, it becomes xy. When you multiply y into x, it becomes xy, and hence you are having 2xy. Y into y is y square. How this expansion is generated? By multiplying, this is very important, by multiplying terms from the factor. That means if I want to write down the formula for a multinomial, I am going to use this statement. How? One thing is sure, that I am going to select a term from a factor. Okay. Now what I will do, out of 10 factors, I will select p factors, and from these p factors, I will select only x. So what will happen? Let's suppose p is 3, let's say. So what is the meaning of this? That from these 3 factors, I will take x into x into x. Okay, you got my point? And from the remaining one, what I will do? So out of 10 factors, I will select p factors, and these each p factors will contribute x. So x into x into x into x, how many times? P times. One more example to understand this. For example, if we are having x plus y into x plus y into x plus y, into x plus y. Let's say we are having this. Now if I will say that out of 4 factors, select any 3 factors, and from these 3 factors take only x. So what will happen? This will become x cube. How? X into x into x. But obviously by default, the last factor, remaining factor, out of 4 I have selected 3, remaining is 1. So out of 1 I will select y, only one factor for y. Okay, so same thing is happening over here. So out of 10 factors I selected p factors, and from this p factors I am selecting x from each factor. So x into x into x, p times become x power p. Then out of 10, p has been selected for x, so remaining is 10 minus p. Out of these, we are selecting, let's say q. Out of 10 minus p, I am selecting q for y. So how many y's will be there? For y, I am selecting q factors. So each factor will contribute y. So y into y, how many times? Q times. Okay, and so on. Now, how many we are remaining with? 10 minus p minus q are the remaining one. Alright, now out of this, I will select r, and these are factors will contribute only z. So z power r. Now let's suppose the remaining are w's. So all w's, what is w actually? We will see. W is actually 10 minus p minus q minus r. I'm saying the remaining one is w. Okay, keep this in mind. So out of w, I'm selecting all w. Now all, no, not w, p, q, r, s. Let's say s. Okay, let's say s. So let's say the remaining one are s. Out of these s, you are all selecting. So what is s? 10 minus p minus q minus r. The remaining ones are s. And now w power s, because all these s factors contributing only w. You got it? So when you will solve this will ultimately change to this part. 10 factorial upon p factorial upon q factorial upon r factorial upon s factorial into x power p into y power q into z power r into w power s. This is the technique basically. So if you can learn this technique, you can answer for each and every multinomial question. Okay, now formula time. What should be the formula for multinomial? That I will write down over here. Okay, and exactly same way binomial also got the expansion. So here, when you are writing x plus y plus whole power n, what you are saying? Out of n factors, you are selecting r factors, and these r factors, each r factor contribute only x. So that's why, or let's say, you select r factors which contribute only y. So y into y into y, r times. So remaining ones are x minus x to the power n minus r. And this becomes general term. Exactly same way we got the formula for binomial. General term, okay? So I will write down, this is the formula for the expansion, and this, just this one is general term, tr plus 1, general term. So theoretically part I have given you. Let's suppose if we are having multinomial, okay, so we will say x plus y plus z. Let's say this one, so we will say it's summation n factorial upon p factorial, q factorial, r factorial, x power p, y power q, z power r. Here you have to keep one thing in mind, that p plus q plus r is equal to n total. This is what we have to balance, that's all. Okay, same way x plus y plus z whole power n is n factorial upon p factorial, q factorial, r factorial, s factorial, x power p, y power q, z power r, w power s. Same way. Okay, now let's get back to the question. The question become complicated if we will think of directly here how we will get this. But this question is tricky. All you have to do in this question is take common. Take ABCD common. Okay. So we are having ABC plus BCD. Here is BCD. ABD plus ACD. ABD plus ACD whole power 10. Okay. Now what I am going to do, I am going to take ABCD common out of it. This becomes ABCD whole power 10, and inside this thing will become 1 upon D plus 1 upon, this one is, let's talk about this one. Okay, this one gives you 1 upon B. This one gives you, wait a second, let's do in the sequence. Okay, this one gives you 1 upon C, this one gives you 1 upon B, and this one gives you 1 upon A. Just for the sequence, it doesn't matter though. Whole power 10. Now what after this? After this, I am going to write down the general term. Now what will be the general term of this? Obviously this part is now constant. It's already expanded. Now, what we will expand is the terms which are in the summation having the power. This one. Power 10. Now what will be the general term of this? It's 10 factorial multiply divide by P factorial, Q factorial, R factorial, S factorial into, now let's say 1 by A is for P, so 1 by A to the power P, so can I write down A to the power minus P? Same way B to the power minus Q, C to the power minus R, and D to the power minus S. Okay. Now I will write the final, this is a general term I am writing. Now A power 10 and A minus P, it becomes A power 10 minus P into B power 10 into B power minus Q is B power 10 minus Q. Okay. Now same way C to the power 10 minus R and D to the power 10 minus S multiply 10 factorial upon P factorial, Q factorial, R factorial, S factorial. Okay. Now what do we want? We want A power 8. So how this becomes 8? P equals to 2. That's how we will solve this question. This question which was looking very difficult can be solved very easily this way. B power 4, so Q is equals to 6. C power 9, so R is equals to 1. And D power 9, so S is also equals to 1. Okay, so your final answer is 10 factorial upon 2 factorial, 6 factorial, 1 factorial, 1 factorial. I hope this is clear. Now you will do your calculation and I want you guys to answer in the chat box what it will be, or you can attempt directly in the test paper. Where is the test paper? In the description box you will get the link. Okay, this is the conceptual part, how to get the general term. Now next question. Now this question was asked in 2020-24 and guys, I literally have seen this variety of question every single year. You will find it out. Every single year they are having this variety. Now let's read the question. If you want to solve, you can pause the video if you are not watching the live. Alright, so here. Now x square 1 plus x power 98, x cube 1 plus x power 97. Let's observe. X power 4, x square, x cube, x power 4, x power 5 and so on till x power 54. That means we are multiplying x. 1 plus x power 98, 1 plus x power 97, 1 plus x power 96 means we are dividing by 1 plus x. That means each and every term is multiplied by the fixed ratio. In the last video, we have done sequence series. If you have not watched sequence series vector and 3D, guys, do watch. Okay, and this is fine. I'm doing the most important chapters. R is equal to x upon 1 plus x. Now, I can write down this whole summation because this whole summation is a GP. So, what is a sum? Let's call this is S. So, I can write down this S summation is equal to first term. What is first term? X square into 1 plus x power 98 multiply. Now, common ratio, okay. So, let's 1 minus common ratio whole power n. So, x upon 1 plus x whole power n. Divide by denominator 1 minus x upon 1 plus x. Okay. Here you will have it. Now, we will simplify this thing. If you will simplify this thing, what it will become? S is equals to, now cross multiply, it will become denominator. See, numerator is okay, fine. This is 1 plus x power 98. One thing I have to change. Now, what is n? Number of terms. This is x power 2, this is x power 54. There is no x power 1. So, if it is from 1 to 54, there are 54 terms. But if it is 2 to 54, there are 53 terms. So, this n is basically 53. Okay. So, x square into 1 plus x power 98. Inside we will have 1 plus x power 53 minus x power 53. Denominator will have 1 plus x power 53 multiply. Now, when you will multiply this thing, 1 plus x into 1 minus x become 1 upon 1 plus x. Okay. Now, after this, you will get the sum part. What this will be, guys? S will come out as x square. Now, this cancel to 52. 98 minus 52 will become, so this will become 1 plus x whole power 46. Okay, this is what you will have. Okay, now this is 1 plus x whole power 53 minus x power 53. Now, what do we want? They are saying the summation is 19 Cp minus this. Sorry, coefficient of x power 70. Okay. Coefficient of x power 70. So, further we will solve it. What this will become? Okay, this multiply this will become x square 1 plus x whole to the power 99 minus this multiply this. Again, see, same thing. Every factors, each term of every factor is multiplied with term of other factor. Okay. This multiply this will become x power 55 1 plus x power 46. Now, here I wanted to check what is coefficient of x power 70. So, from here I will try to get coefficient of x power 70. But from here I will take coefficient of x power 68. Coefficient of x power 68. Why? Because coefficient of 68 into x power 2 is x power 70. From here this is x power 55. So, I will take coefficient of x power 15. Now, how to write the general term? I have given it over here. See this one. This is general term, TR plus 1. Means if I want to write down TR plus 1 other term, I will write down NCR into x power n minus r into y power r. So, if I want 60, let's say I want 10th term, so r should be 9. If I want 11th term, r should be 10. Why? 10 plus 1 is 11. Same way, if I want 68th term, it should be T68, which is 67 plus 1. Okay, same way here it's x power 55 multiply 50, sorry, over here we can do mistake. We want x power 68. So to have x power 68, you see, if you will write down the general term, how you will write down? You will write down 99CR. Okay, here you have to figure out. I am making it more simple. Right side on general term. NCR, this one is over here. NCR x power n minus r, y power r. Okay. Now, first term to the power 99 minus r and x to the power r. Now here guys, you have to figure out that if I want coefficient of x power 68, what should be r? Okay, that's you have to figure out. X power 55 and I need the term having coefficient of x power 15, but I will expand this and write down generally as 46c, let's say q. Okay, multiply 1 to the power 46 minus q, multiply x to the power, okay, x to the power q. Now what do we want? That you will figure out. Okay, and then you will get the answer, and I want all of you to write down the answer in the chat box. I will confirm if you are correct on this. So this is one of the most repeated variety of JEE mains. And guys, interesting thing is, if you will watch this video, you are ready for advance also, because you will see same variety of questions in advanced part. Okay, but anyway, the advanced level question we will do after your mains or after your board examination. So I hope this is clear, and you will write down your answer in the chat box. This is P, this is Q. So you can replace this is P. So find out the value of P and Q. I have already given the detailed discussion on it. Now, the another variety that they would ask is coefficient of expansion. Sorry, term independent of x. Now, they have asked the easier questions also guys, but I have taken a complicated one. How it become complicated? When you multiply two binomial or trinomial or two multinomials, it becomes complicated. It becomes more complicated, even more complicated if they are having some x square in the denominator. But need not to worry, because in this, why I am saying this becomes complicated, because you have to make cases. Be ready. When you are multiplying multinomial into multinomial or binomial into binomial, you have to make cases. Okay. So this question was asked in JEE Mains 2022, and same variety of problem has been asked earlier. So very high chances that they will ask such kind of questions this year also. So what I will do, I will write down as it is this part, 1 plus x square plus 3x cube, and here I will write down the general term. So what we are doing, we are multiplying the term of this expansion with the terms of this expansion, right? So I will write down the general term which is going to be multiplied. So it will be 11CR into first term of this binomial is 5 by 2 x cube whole to the power 11 minus r multiply. Now here the point of mistake, you have to keep the sign, okay, along with this. So minus 1 upon 5x square whole to the power r. Formula I have given, if you haven't watched it again. So if we are having x plus y whole power n, the general term, which is tr plus one other term, general term formula will be NCR first term of binomial to the power n minus r into second term of binomial to the power r. This is the general term formula. Okay. Now after this, I have to make sure that I collect all the terms having x and all the constant parts. So constant parts are 11CR into 5 by 2 whole to the power 11 minus r into minus 1 by 5 whole to the power r. Okay, from this part. And what we are left with is 11 to the power 3 whole to the power 11 minus r. Guys, over here, it's a power m whole power n, exponential theorem from grade 9th and 10. What will happen? These powers will get multiplied. So 33 minus 3r. So x power 33 minus 3r. And this is 1 upon 2r. So 1 upon x square whole power r will become 1 upon x power 2r by using this. But if something is in denominator and if you wanted to write down in the numerator, that's how you will write down x power minus 2r. And then you will have this final x power 33 minus 3r minus 2r. If you're having any kind of doubt, you can ask. You are free to ask. Okay? This is what you will have. Multiply exactly same thing. So multiply 1 plus x square plus 3x cube. Now we are about to get the answer and we have to make the cases. So this thing will become 11 CR into, now you can also deal with this. It's like 5 power 11 minus 2r. How? Minus r, and see, same thing, 1 upon 5 whole power r. 1 upon 5 whole power r is 5 to the power minus r. So same thing over here. Okay. Here you will have 2 to the power r multiply minus 1 to the power r. If r is odd, we will have minus 1. If r is even, we will have plus 1. Okay. And this one will become x power 33 minus 5r, and now we are going to get the answer. Multiply 1 plus x square plus 3x cube. Now listen very carefully after this. When this thing, let's focus on this part. When this thing will be multiplied with this one, then what you will have? So I will write it again. 11 CR, 5 power 11 minus 2r upon 2 power r minus 1 power r. Now inside what we are having? X power 33 minus 5r. Okay. Now we have to make this term as independent of x. So now when this term is independent of x, what we have done? We multiplied this thing with 1. In this case, is it possible that this term will be independent of x? Means the power this should become 0. So 33 minus 5r becomes 0. Not possible, because 5r is equal to 33, r equal to 33 by 5. It's not possible, guys. Right? Now, what will happen after this? One second, one moment. Now after this, same thing will happen. So definitely this term when multiplied with 1 is not going to generate a constant part. Now this multiply with this, what will happen? So same thing, but we will generate x power 33 minus 5r plus x power 2. So 33 plus 2, 35 minus r. We are going to generate 35 minus 5r. Okay. So we can say if this term is going to be independent of x, then 35 minus 5r has to be 0. So r has to be 7. Okay. Therefore, case number 1 gives you general term. When r is equal to 7, the coefficient will become 11c7 multiply 5 to the power 11 minus 2 into 7 is 11 minus 14 is 5 power minus 3 upon 2 power 7 into minus 1. This is what we are going to have, guys. Okay. Term independent of x in the expansion. This is one of the case. Second case now. Third case. The first case not possible, third case is this. Now here we are multiplying 3 also. Again same thing, 33 minus 5r. Now what we are going to have? 33 to the power x power 33 minus 5r when multiplied with x cube this becomes x power 36 minus 5r. Now, if it is a term independent of x, then this has to be 0. So, 5r is equal to 36, not possible. So, only possibility is minus 11 power. The only possibility is now is minus 11c7 is the coefficient into 5 power minus 3 divided by 2 power 7. This is our answer, and I guess I forgot to add the, wait a minute, this is our question number 3. Wait a second, yeah, this one. So the options are this. Options are 7 by 40, I will add it over here. So you will solve it by yourself after this and get the answer. Okay. You will check it by yourself. I'll add it over here and figure out which one is correct. Okay. Now let's go back to the next question. Now next question is coefficient of t power 4. Now what they will do, sometimes they introduce the rationalization. They are expecting you to have denominator and numerator expansion. So what you will do in such a case, coefficient of t power 4. So guys, now this is very important because this thing is being asked in some other chapters also. Okay. So here you can write down 1 minus t power n can be written as 1 plus t square plus dot till t power n minus 1 multiply 1 minus t. It's very important, you can note it down. And for this case, we are dividing this whole thing by 1 minus t. So I can write down that therefore I can say that 1 minus t power 6 is equals to 1 plus t power 2 plus t power 3 plus t power 4 plus t power 5 into 1 minus t, but we are dividing it by, so 1 minus t power 6 upon 1 minus t is there. That's all. Now we have to write down that what is the coefficient of t power 4 in the expansion of this one. Same again, multinomial. What you will write down? The general term. How many terms we are having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here we do not need to multiply one multinomial because the power on this has to be 0. Okay. Now if power on t power 4 is 1, you already got t power 4, you cannot take any power of t from anywhere. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, but here is a key. We have said that addition of power has to be the total power. So the power will be adjusted where there is no t. So it's over here. Summation 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0 is 3 now. Always it's sure that power on t power 5 has to be 0. Now if we are taking the other case, that power on t power 4 cannot be more than 1. So other case can be 0. Now if it is 1 over here, then power on t has to be 1 because t power 3 plus t power 1 is 4. So this part is 0. Now remaining is 1. Second case. Now third case is if you are keeping it 0, 0, and if you are keeping this as 1, the only possibility is this. If you are keeping this as 0, now there are two possibilities over here. One is if this is power 2, so t power 2 whole power 2 is t power 4. So you do not want any power on t from anywhere, so 0, and adjusting part is 1. Or if you are taking only t power 2 power 1 is t power 2, so you have to take 2 over here. Okay, and the last case is 0, 0, 0. You are not taking anything from here. The only case is taking power 4 here, which is not possible because the sum power is 3. So these are the only cases that we have to deal with. Now I will write down one of the part and you will get the answer from your side. What will be the first case? It's 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial, 0 factorial, see 2 factorial, 0 factorial, 0 factorial, 0 factorial, 1 factorial. So anyway, we know 0 factorial is 1, 1 factorial is 1, so I am not writing anything now. Okay, plus in this case it's 3 factorial by 1 factorial, 1 factorial, 0 factorial, 1 factorial, 1 factorial, 1 factorial. So I am just writing 1 factorial because everything is 1 now. Same way you will do this. This will come out 3 factorial by 2 factorial. Same way you will do this and you will let me know your answer. What will be the final answer? Okay. So here you are having the options. Alright. And yes. Okay. Okay, fine. Next question. Now another variety which came in 2024, 2023, and you can check every other second year you will have, or sometimes every year you will see, but for sure you will see every 2 years they're asking this kind of question. But the change that we will do, some of rational terms, some of irrational terms, some of integer terms, these kind of questions you will find. Okay, so how we will do? First of all, write down general term. Now till now you should know what is the general term. General term is 15 CR. Very bye. Now general term should be clear to you. 15 CR into 2 power 1 by 5 whole to the power 15 minus R multiply 5 to the power 1 by 3 whole power R. Now if you will solve this, what you will have general term? 15 CR 2 to the power 15 by 5 is 3 minus R by 5 into 5 to the power R by 3. Now what is the meaning of rational terms? The power on every number, the power on every integer has to be integer also, or in short, just a second, if it is a prime number then the power has to be integer. Now 2 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, so this has to be an integer power. This has to be integer. So R has to be multiple of 5 and this says R has to be multiple of 3. So R has to be multiple of 15. Okay? Or R can be 0. Multiple of 15 can be 0, 15, 30, 45 and so on. Okay. Now obviously R cannot be more than 15 because there is a limitation when we are saying NCR. By default, you should know that R has to be less than equal to N. Okay, so that's what they have asked. So case number 1, if R is equal to 0, this becomes 15C0, 2 to the power 3 minus 0 by 5 is 0, so it's 2 power 3. Multiply 5 to the power 0 by 3 is 0. Now what is 15C0 guys? That you have to calculate. So I am assuming that you know the factorial thing. If you do not know how to calculate NCR, NPR, let me know. I'll give a short video or I will discuss a permutation combination chapter. As of now, NC0 you can memorize. NC0 is 1 is equal to NCN. These are few things you have to memorize. 15C0 is 1 into 8 into 1. Case number 2, if it is 15, now again NCN or NC0 is 1. 2 to the power. Now 15 by 5 is 3 and 3 minus 3 comes out to be 0. 15 by 3 is 5, so you will have 5 power 5. So 1 into 5 power 5. So now you have to get the answer by yourself and let me know in the chat box. I will show you the options part. I will show you the option part, okay? Wait a minute. This one. The options are these. So these are the options. Guys, you can also attempt the test from the link given in the description box, okay? It's free of cost, but it will give you analysis of your performance, like in what time, for every question, it will calculate the time, it will calculate time of a whole, and there are many other free tests also that you can go for, okay? Now, this is another classic question, the question which I really like, okay, some brainy question which they have asked in the recent years. I would say in the last 20-25 years, this is one of the very good question, okay, or out of the box they have asked. So it's n minus 1 CR k square minus 8 NCR plus 1, if and only if. Alright, let's solve this one. So one thing is sure, that r plus 1 should be less than equal to n. We just said it, that this part should be less than equal to n. And for this one, what you will say? That r should be less than equal to n minus 1. Technically, they both are same. Because if you will bring it over here, you will get exactly same thing. Okay. Or we can also say from here that if I will divide by n both the sides, you can make anything like n by r plus 1, if you want to give a change, should be more than equal to 1. How? Divide by r plus 1. Now here, very important thing, we can only divide and multiply in inequality only if the terms are positive. We cannot divide or multiply by negative terms. We can actually, but we have to be cautious, okay, because signs will get changed. So that's why we will not take a risk any of such thing. So simply if it is positive, only then we will multiply. So we are very sure r plus 1 is, positive, so we can multiply and signs will not change. Or you can say also, or you can say r plus 1 by n is less than equal to 1. So these are some possibilities, the conclusion that you can draw from here. Now next, what else you can say? That k square minus 8 is equals to n minus 1 CR divided by NCR plus 1, NCR plus 1. Okay. Now if you will solve this, what you will have? N minus 1 factorial divided by r factorial, okay, n minus 1 minus r. This is what you will have. And when you will open this, what you will have? It's n factorial, I will write down, n factorial divided by r plus 1 factorial, which will go up, and n minus r minus 1 factorial. Okay, this is what you will have. This part is cancelled with each other. Okay, this part is cancelled with each other. Now n minus 1 upon n, how you will solve this? Now we know that n factorial is n into n minus 1 factorial. It's same way. What is 5 factorial? It's 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. And what is this part? 4 factorial. The 5 factorial is 5 into 4 factorial. If 5 is n, then n factorial can be n into n minus 1 factorial. Okay. Now, same way, r plus 1 factorial is r plus 1 into r factorial. Okay. So that's how you will do. Now what will happen, guys? Now here terms will get cancelled. R factorial, n minus 1, and finally you will have that k square minus 8 is equals to r plus 1 by n. Okay, and we just have seen this r plus 1 by n has to be less than equals to 1. So this has to be less than equal to 1. And from binomial, they are also checking your knowledge and inequality. Now, many people do mistake. Okay, sir, from here it's very easy. Don't do, we will do it by ourselves. But they do mistake. What they will do? That k square minus 8 is less than equal to 1 means k square less than equal to 9. That means k is less than equal to plus minus 3. Wrong. That's wrong. Completely wrong. How we have to do it? Let's learn. So k square minus 8 is less than equals to 1. You will write down then k square minus 9 less than equal to 0. Now first thing that you will do, you create the 0 on one of the side of the inequality, and on the other side of the inequality you will factorize the term. So k plus 3 into k minus 3. Now one is a wavy curve method and one is your basic general method. Alright. I will discuss general method. I am assuming that you are having zero knowledge. So wavy curve you can learn some other day, or maybe if you know it well and great. So what is this basic method? When you are having inequality, the very first thing that you will do is check where each and every factor can be zero. Doesn't matter it's in numerator or in denominator. So guys, the answer for this one or answer for this one is approximately same. It just cannot be equal to 3, but the method is exactly same. Okay. So when this will be 0? At -3. Where this will be 0? At 3. Now what we have to do? Wavy curve method simply says plus minus. But there are some rules and regulations over there. That's why I'm skipping as of now. It become very lengthy video otherwise. So what is the key over here? That k plus 3 will be, you check out, k plus 3 will be negative when this will be negative, when this will be positive. So we know k plus 3 will be positive if k is more than equal to -3. Okay, so this will be positive if k is more than equal to -3. So on the other side negative. Same way you check k minus 3 is more than equal to 0 when k is more than equal to 3. So when k is more than equal to 3, it's positive. For less than, it's negative. Now you are multiplying these terms. So minus into minus, final sign is plus. Plus into minus is negative. Plus into plus is plus. That's why I use alternate sign. Okay. Now what do we want? Less than equal to 0. Fine. So our answer should be that k has to be from -3 to 3. K has to be from -3 to 3. But if we will look at the option, there is no such thing. But yes, if I am not getting any clue, I can get directly answer from here. Okay, I can directly write down k is less than 3. Alright. Now, after this, you check. Alright, over here. Now, you have to get this part. Question is how you will get this part. It's very easy now. This is positive. This is positive. So you will say that k square minus 8 has to be more than equal to 0. K square minus 8 has to be more than equal to 0. Right? But you will see there is no equality sign that you will figure out by yourself. I can give you the hint right now for this. This cannot be 0. Okay, because no NCR gives you 0. Alright, so here I have given you clue. Now you will figure out by yourself that should I use equal sign or not. Okay, by the end of the video I will answer you. So k square minus 8 more than 0. Now how you will do? Same way, k plus 2 root 2, k minus 2 root 2 should be more than 0. Again same thing. When this will be 0? At minus 2 root 2. When this will be 0? 2 root 2. Guys, I would not waste my time in examination because I have got two numbers which satisfy option number B. Okay. Again same thing, plus, minus, plus. What do we want? Plus sign. So k has to be more than 2 root 2. Now final answer is more than 2 root 2 and less than 3. Okay. Now you have to think it ki why we should not take this as equal. Alright. You can think it by yourself. Okay, next question. So you answer by yourself, what will be the answer? Anyway, I have already answered. Now, one of the very good question of JEE Mains 2023 based on multinomial. I guess this is, the above question was really good and this question is again very good. Now they are saying a plus bx plus cx square whole power 10. Okay, is equal to sigma 0 to 20 pi xi. Alright. Now what is P1? They are saying P1 is 20. Question is what is P1? P1 comes when the power on x is 1. Okay. So P1 is what? Coefficient of x power 1 is P1, which is 20. Same way, coefficient of x power 2 is 210. Because how you get P2? If I is equal to 2. If I is equal to 2, x power 2 will generate it. Okay. Now let's apply the thing over here. that if I wanted to write down general term, what it should be 10 factorial divided by, now there are three terms, so p factorial, we can use p, no, let's use a, b, no, I guess we can use RST, yeah, r factorial, s factorial, t factorial, multiply a to the power r, bx to the power s, and cx square to the power t. Now how you will create, question is how you will create x equal to 1. Now if t will be equals to 1, then this become x square, and r, s, t has to be positive because they are in the factorial. So t cannot be 1 for sure, so t has to be 0. So for this case we can say t has to be 0, alright. If t has to be 0, I can say the coefficient has to be 20 will be equal to 10 factorial upon t has to be 0, so 0 factorial. Now x has to, now the power on x has to be 1, so the only possibility is s equals to 1 factorial. And if s is 1, r plus s plus t has to be 10, right? That's what we have said, the total power has to be the final power 10, given power. So obviously the power on a has to be 9 factorial into, now write down the whole thing, it's a power 9, b power 1 and c power 0 into x power 1. How? The x power 1, x power 2 whole power 0. From here what you will get, let's see, if you will solve this, 10 factorial by 9 factorial is 10, and you will get a power 9 into b power 1 is equal to 2. That's our conclusion from here. Okay. Now if I am looking for x power 2, there are two possibilities that I can go through. Possibility number 1 is that the power t is 1. If it is so, we can say that if it is 1, so I am writing 10 factorial divided by t is 1. So I have already got x power 2. I don't need any power of from here to x. S is 0. And the remaining a's are taken care by r. Why? Because a is not giving you any x. So this is 9 factorial. Alright. So how you will write down this is a power 9, bx whole power 0, so b got eliminated, cx square power 1 is this, plus second case is 10 factorial upon, now the power 2 is totally generated by this x, so when s is 2, this becomes b square, this becomes b square x square. If x square already generated, I don't need any power from here, so t becomes 0, this becomes 0. So c power 0 means 1, x square power 0 means 1. Now bx power 2 is b square x square, so b square written, and remaining is a power 8. Is equal to 210. Let's figure this out. When you will solve this question, what you will have, let's see, just a second. Guys, we are solving last 25 years important previous year questions. Apart from this, expected question, what you can have in examination, the repeated questions which comes again and again. Okay, but this particular one is the rare variety. You haven't seen any such question till now. But multinomial, they do ask. Now solve this. 10 factorial by 9 factorial is a 10, a power 9 into c, plus 10 factorial by 8 factorial into 2 factorial. You will calculate it by yourself, and after calculating, this will comes out as 45 a8b square is equal to 210. Though I can divide both the sides by 5, right, we can do so. If I will divide by both the sides by 5, this becomes 2 a power 9 c plus dividing by 5 is 9 a power 8 b square. Divide by 5, this becomes 42. This is another equation which we have got, and the other one is this. Now question is, we are having 3 variables, and till now we have got 2 equations, and there is a fundamental rule to solve 3 equations, 3 variables, we need 3 equations. If we will read the question again, this is the part which we haven't used. A, B, C has to be natural number. Now we think, if A is anything apart from 1, let's say it's a natural number. Now possibilities A is 1 or A is 2. If A is 2, then B cannot be natural number. So directly we can say that A has to be 1. So this is where most of the students got stuck. Sir, now 2 equation, 2 variable, 3 equations, 2 variable. Now what? Read the question again if you will ever get stuck in examination, guys. So A equal to 1. Got it? Now if A is equal to 1, directly B is equal to 2. If A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2. Now you will put it over here. A is equal to 1 means 1 power 9 is 1 and B is equal to 2. Okay, so 9 times of 1 power 8 is 1 into 2 square is 4 is equal to 42. So you will see from here 2C is equal to, this is 36, we'll go over there, 42 minus 36 is 6, C is equal to 3. So A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3. I forgot to give in the option, so I will check where is this option. Yeah, options are this. Now what they're asking A plus B plus C twice. Keep in mind, twice. So even after getting A plus B plus C, some people directly have answered on this. So options are this. So you guys can answer in the chat box also. I have not solved every question to the end of answer. Okay. So some questions you have to solve. I am taking you to the end of the question though, explaining all the concepts. Now another very good variety, this came in 2020, this came in 2024, and remainder problem is the one of the most repeated variety the examiner likes. Okay, every 2 years you can see, in the last 25 years I can say they have asked some 15-20 times, same question they have asked. Now P denotes the fractional part of the number. Now you understand, when we divide by, let's say 17 by 8. So we are writing this as 2, 1 by 8. This is fractional part. But here we have to notice how this question becomes a remainder. Guys, this 1 is the remainder. So fractional part is remainder divided by divisor. Remainder divided by divisor. So ultimately I have to get the remainder. Now here I can solve this question by 2 methods. One is Chinese remainder theorem. Other is we can solve by using binomial theorem. Let's solve it by binomial. Now this one I can write down, let's say number is 3 power 200, which I can write down as 3 square whole power 100, which I can write down 9 whole power 100, which I can further write down as 1 plus 8 whole power 100. Now binomial expansion, that's how we will get it. So how will write down 100C is 0, okay, or you can write down, let me think over it. Yeah, you can write down also, instead of writing 1 plus 8, though it doesn't matter, but let's follow in the standard pattern. I will write down a plus 1 whole power 100. So n will be equal to 100C0 into 8 power 0, 1 power 100. Now 1 power 100 doesn't matter. Plus 100C1, 8 power 1 into 1 power 19, plus 100C2, 8 power 2 till 100C100, 8 power 100. Now thing to observe that every term except the first term is multiple of 8. So anything which is multiple of 8 gives you remainder 0. But this term is We can write down this 100C0, NC0 is 1, 8 power 0 is 1. So I can write down this is 1 plus 8k. Now when you divide the number by 8, 3 power 200 by 8, you will have remainder of n by 8 is 1 by 8, 1 is the remainder and 8k gives you 0 because 8k is multiple of 8. So multiple of 8 when divided by 8 gives you remainder 0. Remainder is 1. So now answer is fractional part is remainder by divisor. Okay. So for this question I have given you answer. This is repeated variety of the question. Now this question, now you will be mesmerized, this question repeatedly asked 2004, 2023. Those who say that the question does not repeat in JEE, it's a lie. I have seen multiple times as it is question is repeated. Okay, slight change. Just to, what they have asked in 2023 is Sn. In 2023, they just asked the value of, they asked the value of Tn. That's all. In 2004, they asked Tn by Sn. Now let's solve Tn first. Okay. And see, I can also consider something repeated if you are just changing the value. And JEE means to ask multiple questions, not from this chapter, many chapter where as it is same concept, as it is same question, just what they are changing is the numbers. That's all. Okay. Now what is Tn? This is interesting though. That's why I have taken this apart from that it is repeated. Tn is R sigma R equal to 0 to n R upon NCR. Okay. Now, I will write down, I will expand this. How I will write down? 0 by NC0. Okay. 1 by NC1. 2 by NC2 till n by NCN. Okay. Now, can I change it? Because NCR is equal to NCN minus R. That's the trick of this question. Okay. Now, if I will do so, what I will have? This part, let's start with this part. N upon NCN becomes NC0. NC0, NCN are same, equal to 1. Same way I can write down that N minus 1 C NC1. Because here it was n minus 1 upon NCN minus 1. You put in the formula n minus 1, okay, means R equal to 1. And so on, it will go till 0 upon NCN. I chain NC0 with NCN. Now what? Now, this whole thing has converted to C. Now, if I will write down this thing, it's like sigma n minus R upon NCR C. If R is equal to 0, it's n minus 0 upon NC0. If R equal to 1, n minus 1 upon NC1C. If R equal to n, n minus n 0 upon NCN. Now, let's change this. Okay, R equal to 0 till n we are doing this. Now, what is NCR? What is NCR? Yeah. NCR is n factorial. Okay, let's do one more thing. Then we can use this step. Now let's add both the terms now. Add this and add this. So denominator is same. So n plus 0, n, nc0. N minus 1 plus 1 is n. I will tell you like what I was thinking. Same way, n plus 0, here you will have 1 upon nc1. Same. I was thinking that I should create a constant in the numerator, and that is only possible because I was writing n minus r. So r was variable. But I have to element r that I can only do if I will add n minus r with r. Okay. So this becomes n upon ncn. Now I can write down that Tn is equals to sigma n upon ncr. Okay. And I can take common out of this. Now we have added this 2 times. This is Tn this is Tn. So this becomes 2Tn. Now guys, since n is a constant number, so I can take it out. So 2T, okay, now this n will come out, whole divided by n is equal to sigma 1 upon NCr, which is actually S. So you will have this as that 2T by n is equal to S. You will see what is S? S is 1 upon NCr, okay. So now what they are asking is, what is T by S? It's n by 2. Easy question, but tricky one. We can say it's hard sometimes to think in the real time, okay. So it looks maybe very easy for you, but it becomes difficult later. So we have solved 9 questions. This is the last question of the day, and the remaining 10 questions we will do tomorrow, but you are having sufficient amount of time to do the remaining 10 questions in the form of test, or all 20 in form of test, which is given in the link is given in the description box. But in the description box I have given you 6 links. First link is of binomial important previous year question, and the 5 other link which is all varieties of question that you can come across. So from simple to hard. So go through it. Okay, all of them are free of cost. Okay, now sum of coefficient of first 50 terms in the binomial expansion of this. Okay, let's write down the terms over here. So how you will write down sum part? If you will write down sum, how you will write down that it is equals to 100 C. Acha, one thing. When they do ask sum of the coefficients, here we have to discuss, okay. Sum of the coefficient of all the terms, sum of coefficients of all the terms. Here you have to put x equal to 1. Okay. Anyway, let's write down 100C 0. Now what is the second? Let's just write down the expansion part. 100C 0, 1 power 0 minus x power, 1 power 100 minus x power 100. So this becomes x power 100. You will see this. Minus 100C01, x to the power 99, plus 100C2. See, this minus sign is generated because of this. Okay. So this is 1, not 99. This is 1. And over here it's same. Okay. So 100C0, x power 0, 1 power 100. 100C1, x power, and so on. So 100C2, x power 2. Now minus x power 2 is this. Minus 100C3 and so on. X power 4 and so on. How many terms it will have? 101 terms. Now what if I will put x equals to minus 1 over here? Let's try. Okay. If I will put x equals to minus 1 over here, or x equals to 1 over here. So put x equals to 1 over here, you will have that S1, or basically you will put x equal to 1 over here. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 over 100 is 0. So this becomes x equal to 1. So 100C0 minus 100C1, okay, plus 100C2 plus minus 100C3, okay, and so on. I will do till 100C. What is the 50th term? Let's see. Let's figure out this. 100C, 50th term we are asking for. So 100C 49. Now how I thought of 50th term? Guys, I am asking T50 means 50th term. So what is this? TR plus 1 means R equal to 49. Okay, this is the general representation of general term. So this is 100 CR. Alright. So obviously this will be minus. Now after this, what we will have? Till here it's the sum of first 50 terms. Now after this we will have plus 100C 50. Okay. Now minus 100C 51. Now interesting part. 100C51 is equal to 100C49. How? We just said NCR is equal to NCN minus R. So 100C49 is equal to 100C 100 minus 49. You see? So this term and this term is same. Next term is 100C 52 plus, because if it is even, it is coming plus. What is it equal to? Plus 100C48. It is interesting now that every term from here till the end, what is the end? 100C100, which is equal to 100C0. That means I can say every term is repeated twice except the middle term. So we can say 2 times of sum of first 50 terms, and the remaining part is this. This is 51st term, 100C50. Okay, I will take it on the other side. If I will do so, I will have sum of first 50 terms twice is minus 100C50. But check, do we have any such option? No. That means answer is surely from C and D. Answer is surely from C and D. I have to I have to change it a bit. The sum of 50 terms is equal to minus 1 by 2, and change a bit how? Open it. 100 factorial divided by 50 factorial upon 50 factorial, n factorial upon r factorial, n minus r factorial. Okay. Now what I will do, I will open it. Minus 1 by 2. Instead of writing 100 factorial, I will write down 100 into 99 factorial. Okay. I have given you this in the previous question also, that n factorial is n into n minus 1 factorial. Same thing over here. 50 factorial is equal to 50 into 49 factorial, and let's write down this as 50 factorial. Now you can see guys that 100 divided by 2 into 50 cancelled out, and finally what we are having is minus 99 factorial by 49 factorial. Now this should be converted to NCR form. So this is minus 99, options giving you a hint, or minus 99 C50, both are same. NCR is equal to N minus R, you can cross verify. So answer for this question is option number C. Okay, so I hope things are clear with you. So we have solved 10 questions, remaining 10 questions we will be solving tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed, you learned a lot of things, and tomorrow when we will doing the session, your chapters binomial completed. Okay, every concept will be completed. So before you leave, I hope you love this session. Then you can show your love by hitting the like, share and subscribe button, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care.